Okay, we are back in the last stretch of this election campaign. Everyone, I am Maisha for Kamala. And as you can tell, I want you all to make a plan to vote. Hopefully, in Pennsylvania, where I live, you have already voted because I just heard from our friend Judge Moore that the GOP voted early last year, and that's what took the election so long to count. So if you're in Philly, vote early. If you're in Pennsylvania, vote early, vote early, vote early. And I'll let Bryan introduce himself.
I don't know why it's funny, but you got to put blood, sweat.
Why is it funny that you're sitting in the house wearing, what is that thing called on your head?
I don't know, but I'm going to Russia to make sure that there's no cheating in the election campaign. So I'll make sure that the game's not rigged.
I think you've lost it. I think this election has finally caused you to lose it.
No, I'm showing people I've got a lot of black jobs, and we blood, sweat, and tears go into the work that we put for this campaign. So as you left me on hold for 20 minutes in the back room, and we're going to get the angle. I'm sweating bullets. I'm here for it.
Okay. Well, okay. I apologize for leaving you for 20 minutes in the heat. And what is that thing called on your head? Because that's going to drive you crazy. But did you watch her? What did she call it? What did she call it? Oh my God. Closing argument. Thank you. Closing arguments last night. And if you didn't, why?
So I'm a political consultant. I already know what her game plan is. I already believe in what she's doing. I don't need her to reiterate. I don't need to get excited for her to reiterate how she's different than the other candidate. I'm someone that doesn't hate Trump and hasn't fallen in love with Kamala just yet. I just want to focus in on her winning. And there was a moment where I thought, done deal. I'm actually going door to door from now until election and not going to endorse her because the work is not done. So it's all in God's hands, and I hope my prayers are answered.
So let's address it. You don't hate Trump. Why don't you hate him?
I realized that's a fantastic question. Thanks. I watched the WWE documentary the other day, and I realized that McMahon, the founder, the CEO, it's all a show. It's not real. And Trump is in the Hall of Fame.
Sorry, you just now realized in your 40 plus years that WWE isn't real? Is that what you're saying?
So, as a good interviewer, Maisha, you let the interviewee finish his thought, okay? So,
but I'm not interviewing you. I am not your interviewer. We are having a conversation. So, but I do apologize for jumping in if that's what you're getting offended. But I'm not interviewing you. We are talking together.
That's a good point. I feel like Larry Elder on Trump, the Charlemagne the guy, the best of Trump, where he asked the question, and Larry Elder said to give an answer. But anyway, so I knew it was fake. But if you watch the documentary, he fakes it up everything. And Trump is in the Hall of Fame of the WWE as the heel, which is a position he just comes out there to get hated. I see Trump with other people, Chuck Schumer, in other parts of the world. He's a different person. He's putting on a show, and he's good at the show that he's playing. And so, as a political consultant, I'm not mad that you're doing something. You have a strategy that's working. Again, I don't subscribe to either party. I subscribe to a winner. Are you going to do what you can do to win? Is he doing something that's egregious or counterproductive to win? Yes, but at the end of the day, Democrats fall in love, Republicans fall in line. And what was Van Jones saying? Van Jones saying Trump can be lawless. Kamala has got to be flawless.
Kamala, oh my God, we're back to this.
Kamala.
I hear your thought, Kamala.
Yeah, I like that saying. Trump can be lawless. Kamala has to be flawless. And a lot of people don't like that. But I've always known that when we come out of the womb, we've got two strikes against us. So we always have to make sure we are on the straight and narrow. And she's done a fantastic job. She's done everything right. I think one mistake that she made was when they said, "What would you do differently than Biden?" I think she could have simply said, "I will continue the legislation of this administration. If new challenges we face, we'll tackle new challenges in new ways. Don't like be an extension of the success that he's had."
So I thought it was interesting that we had closing arguments a week or so. It was actually a week before the election. I thought it was too soon to close. Why do you think she closed so early?
Let's take a page out of Hillary's uh, uh, campaign. It's not over until the last vote is cast. People will say, "Hey, we're not going out. We got it in the bag." And people were saying when Trump the assassination attempt initially, "Oh, Trump just won," and then everything changed. It's not
Mhm.
over until the votes are counted. So the fact that she gave closing arguments already, I'm perplexed. Even I didn't know that was actually even happening.
Yeah, okay, because so the one thing I will say, so because I did watch it, is being at the Ellipse. She looks so. In fact, I'm calling this recording. She looked so presidential because she looked like a president. They had the stars and stripes, the flags. I mean, she looked like she was already president of the United States. So anyone who watched it thought that she could not look presidential or be presidential. Her delivery was presidential. She did a fantastic job with that part. So I do encourage everyone who is still undecided, who hasn't voted early, to see if that and the things that she said, her messages, can change your mind because she looked very, 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 very presidential last night. Very presidential.
I guess I'm curious as what looks presidential. Did George W. Bush look presidential? Did Barack Obama look? But Joe Biden is actually one of the most fashionable presidents in presidential history.
Yeah,
I
but
think
now Joe Biden looks plastic and shiny and old. So if you the what I think of presidential is you felt that you could trust in her. You felt that she was confident in what she was saying, that she believed in what she was saying. So Barack Obama looked presidential to me. They all look presidential, but Donald Trump does not look presidential to me. He looks like a slick businessman trying to sell some medicine to the American people. When he starts talking, he can't articulate three sentences in a row. He starts cursing. He's vulgar. You know all the Trumps. So far as being presidential, representing the United States on an international stage, I thought she did an excellent job of representing herself last night.
give you a little pushback on that. Trump does have a brand of ties, and sometimes I see him walking around. He looks like a boss. He looks like I'm the guy in the room that everyone stands up for, and everyone like is going to do what I say. Um,
Yeah,
those are
but
the
that's
times.
something to be said for being the boss, right? If you are the boss, when I walk into a room of my employees, contractors, they all give me that respect because I'm the boss. So I'm not going to slide in, I'm not going to sleek in. I'm going to walk in like, yeah, I am that woman. You should respect me.
Just so we're clear, Trump is a buffoon, but I'm saying in some situations he looks like, hey, I'm Donald Trump and I approve of this message, and I used Arnold Palmer's situation to verify this. Just I'm fact checking everything.
I just
That's weird.
after this on the
No,
stage.
no, listen. I love the fact that this dude knows he can't dance and he keeps doing the dance where Bill Maher says he's uh, pleasuring or massaging two people at the same time. Like, and everyone caught on to that. But I'm not in the camera right because I'm sweating. But I like that he's trying to dance.
Take off the Daniel Boone hat. Maybe you won't sweat anymore. I don't get this at all, but this is why I like you because you're always so interesting.
I wear multiple hats.
Okay. Why sit and sweat in your house if you don't have to?
Listen, I have a whole costume where I'm telling everybody about these black jobs and what Trump has done to understand the black jobs. And Trump was born with the black card in his hand. He didn't want to pull the black card. And Trump's taking over the justice system because the justice system is corrupt, but it's just tush. And
you're not putting in the camera if that's what you're trying to do. You're not in the camera.
I don't want to put it in the camera because they got to grab them by the Department of Just Tush, and it's the SWAT team that is the squat team. But Trump is taking on that over too. I have a whole detailed costume, a talking point, but it's bipartisan. It's a big Trump face that I have to make sure that I put that in my passenger seat so the cops don't pull me over. But
and send it to me so I can share it on my my last week of I love watching the placards, Harris walls, Trump's. I was on my way to Virginia. I saw Republicans for Kamala, and I saw Democrats for Trump signs. So send it to me when you take a picture of it.
Do you remember this?
Yeah, that's one of my workout shirts. Oh, that's the first time.
Yeah, so there's a hat that says I voted for the other guy that matches this one. I'm like, hey, that's a black job. That's a sitting.
That's right. I was campaign manager for Judge Mark Moore. That was my black job. I have my own company. That's my black job, and I'm here representing, and that's my black job. All right. So there's something I wanted to say before we left. Are we going to talk again? Are we going to talk before the election, or you want to wait till after the election?
I think so. Like,
because when she wins, we need to close it out.
I don't think it's going to be the results are going to come in, and I'll be door knocking. So I'll be because they're paying a good wage. So
okay, so let's talk about that because I wanted to make sure you mention it. You are DJing at the polls. When and where? So just in case I can get that out.
So I want to say something, if I can finish.
Go ahead.
I effectively am getting rid of all of my social media. So Brian Jobs will be out there. Brian Jobs, you can always find me, but I will be knocking on doors until the election because this is good work. I've got extremely important projects coming up. You guys will all see that eventually. I'm doing something. I'm going against the grain. I've always thought it's challenging that Prince built his following organically. I want to do that one by one. So it's a project for that. But Brian Jobs, you will see me out there. I will be knocking on doors until the election, and yeah, I'm all in.
Okay, and I'll be out there on Saturday, going out with the D9 group in Philadelphia. So hopefully to see everyone out there. But I thought you were doing a DJ. I thought you were DJing for Election Day. Yes or no?
So I signed up for that, and I reached out to them. And I see commercials on TV about that, and I didn't hear back from them. So I will be going door to door. But having said that, Brian Jobs, you can't stop the job. The job is going to happen regardless. So I'll set up my music, and because having music at the poll is an awesome experience.
It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. Well, then the next time that Brian Jobs and I get together will be post-election, where we either will be celebrating or I will be in a state of deep depression. Until then, bye-bye.
I will be coming to Philadelphia at some point so we can celebrate together. So we'll have another event. Maybe it's a holiday event, a New Year event, because Maisha is an amazing individual. And she is a girl I never had, and I want to get to know you better.
Uh-oh. Y'all heard it here first.
Okay, yeah. Let's go.
All right, bye, everybody. And if you haven't voted yet, vote early. But if you waiting for the day election, was it Tuesday, November 5th? Then please vote your conscience for the country.
Get out my book, pull up to the door.
I'm ending this recording. I'm ending the recording.